Hi, my name is Karen Ziegler, and I'm a design thinking consultant. I talk about everything at the intersection of design thinking and leadership and innovation. Today, I'm going to talk to you about, are your employees stuck in the vice of bad UX? And we're going to go through several examples of bad UX that I've encountered in this last week. And then we're going to tie it back to you and your experiences and also your employee experiences. But in case you're new to design thinking, first check out this short intro and then we'll get started. Okay, let's jump right into it with our first example of bad UX. And this is a screenshot of a local theater here in Florida where we enjoy the movies at Regal Cinemas. I don't know if they have the same theater at where you live or not. Let me know in the comments. But anyway, they have an app that you can go and you can book your seats, and that's all wonderful. But one thing that is missing at this app, and every time I go to the movies, I think about it, is the exits are not marked. So, why is that important? Well, there's actually a number of reasons why that would be important. I don't know where I entered the theater and where, if I needed to leave in an emergency, I would exit the theater. And that's important for a number of reasons. One, we have pregnant women who need to go to the bathroom in the middle of the movie. And, they can guess which side's the exit to the lobby, but 9 times out of 10, they're going to pick the opposite direction. And then they're going to feel embarrassed as they try and duck beneath everybody's heads so they don't interrupt their movie to leave the exit to the lobby to go to the restroom. Same for mothers of young children. I mean, how many toddlers have you seen not be able to make it through the whole movie? Not because they have to get to the bathroom. You get them to the bathroom and they don't go, but just because they can't sit still and they use the bathroom as an excuse. On the other end of the spectrum, you got seniors, prostrates, and older ladies who just, can't make it through an entire movie without needing to go to the bathroom. And on a more serious side, you have people with fears and phobias, and they really want to know, where are the exits? I don't want to be near where an active shooter might come in. I want to be near where I could exit the building quickly. And yeah, that's a sad state of affairs our country is in, but it's the truth. So, if I were going to improve this UX experience, I would add the exits. Where do I exit to go to the lobby, and where do I exit the building in case of an emergency? That would improve this user experience for this person right here. Now let's get to the next one. Okay, this is our second example, and this example comes to you from Wix.com, the website platform, and it's the website I use at designforinnovation.com. And I get this particular email probably once or twice a month, and it's an email telling me that I have a new subscriber, and it's a new subscriber that is spam. If you'll notice, the gentleman Daniel Fernie, I don't know who he is, but I'd love to meet him and give him a punch. But anyway, he signs up at my website quite regular using one of what would be my website's email addresses, info@designforinnovation.com. Now, Wix knows that that is my domain, designforinnovation.com. They also know the emails that are associated with that domain, and info@designforinnovation.com is not one of them. So they could immediately dump this email off the list and not send me an email and save everyone a lot of time and stop a lot of spam. As I say, I get this one several times a month. I don't know if it's the same person or not, but he's using my email domain and an email that doesn't even exist to sign up for my newsletter just to agitate me. And he quite does a good job at that. But it says problem and a UX experience that could be very easily solved by Wix. And I hope they're watching this video and they'll solve that for me. So on to the next. Okay, here we go. This is our third example, and this is brought to you by a family member of mine, happens to be my daughter. This is an email that she received from her daughter who is pre-K. She's 5. She's just starting school, never been in daycare. Mom's heart is already breaking. We're about 3 days into the school year. Mom hasn't even stopped crying yet. And she's sitting in the pickup line in the afternoon, about 10 minutes before she's supposed to pick up my granddaughter, Kinsley. And she happens to get this email and reads it. And the email is about the fact that they were going to do active shooter drills at the school today. Now, again, we talked about active shooters in the first example, and it's a sad set of realities. But if you're a new parent, you want to have these conversations with your kids, assure them everything's going to be okay, even understand what an active shooter exercise looks like before you drop your kid off at school, not 10 minutes before you pick them up on the day that they've already had the exercise. So, oh my gosh, this was such a stress and anxiety and actually anger and frustration inducing event in my daughter's life. My texts were blown up that afternoon when I got this information. But it's something that could have been prevented. They could have let the parents know a couple of days ahead of time, kind of walked them through, even shot a video or somehow prepared them so that they could have conversations with their kids at home while they're feeling safe with their parents, while they're not, fresh in school on day 3, not knowing what to do, and moms and still feeling the stress of their parents as they drop them off each day. Just so much more could have been improved about this situation. It's a bad experience for not only mom and dad, but the child, and hey, the grandparents too, made us a little anxious as well. So on to the last example. Okay, last example here, and this is an example from a local hospital here in Lee County, Florida. What you're looking at on the screen is a screenshot of some adverse effects to medication. Recently had a family member go into the hospital ER for kidney stones, and they had been in twice in the last 6 months, and both times they came out after having so much fluids pumped into their system that they look like a puffer fish, which I'm assuming is necessary to flush out the kidney stones. But they came out having adverse side effects, terrible headaches for days in a row after the treatment. And so they decided to look up the side effects of the fluid IVs they were given. And now, mind you, they were in the hospital for kidney stones, and some of the bad side effects of the medication they were given to help them with the kidney stones was decreased urination, which they need to go more, not less, and kidney problems. Wait a minute, kidney problems is why they're in there. They don't need to compound the kidney problems they already have. So, needless to say, there has to be another option, or there at least has to be a conversation ahead of time that these are some of the side effects, these are some of the issues you may have. Had they said even you may have intense headaches as you exit the hospital for several days, here's a medication that will help alleviate those, then perhaps they wouldn't even went on this Google search to find out what the side effects are of the medication. But there was a real disconnect in what they were treating and the compound negative effects of the medication they were treating them with. So another bad UX experience, but now it's your turn. I want to talk to you about your bad UX experiences and how that might be putting your employees in the vice of bad UX. So that's up next. Okay, that's my bad UX experiences of the week. Share with me in the comments below what yours are. And as you're sharing them, I want you to pause the video and think about that experience, whatever it is that you're going to share and the last time you had it. I want you to embody the emotions that you had. Was it frustration? Was it anger? Was it agitation? What was that emotion when you had that bad UX experience? right? Feel it in your body. And while you're all, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button if you haven't already, because I'd love to have you as a regular follower here on YouTube. But while you're embodying that emotion, now I want you to put yourself in your employee's shoes. Now, they are stuck in a vice. And what I mean by a vice, on one hand, day in and day out, they get the brunt of customers' bad UX experiences. Over and over and over again, they get to hear their Karen moments where somebody's screaming and yelling at them because they are having a less than ideal experience. So that in and of itself is very difficult, and it happens every day at your organization. And they know where experience could be improved because they're hearing about it. But on the other side, there's the vice of their own experience inside the organization. Those same emotions of frustration and agitation and anger they have with your policies, with your procedures, with your systems that don't communicate, all the things that stop them in a day and prevent them from getting their work done. In this vice of bad UX, between suffering from the customer's bad UX and suffering from their own bad UX, is it any wonder that you're having a challenge retaining employees, keeping their mental well-being happy and content and productive in doing the job there is? There has to be a focus on experience. Experience trumps everything. In my opinion, experience is the new currency, and that's why I'm so passionate about what I do. If you find that your employees are stuck in the vice of bad UX, connect with me on LinkedIn. I'd love to talk with you about how we can begin to unlock the power of design thinking to design better experiences, not only for your customers, but your employees and ultimately you, because the buck stops with you. And that's where all this ends up being on your plate. So thanks for watching. I look forward to your comments and your interactions. Have a wonderful day.